everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Today's game will be all about the turnovers. The Cowboys are #1 in turnover differential, and they'll be up against the Eagles team that knows they have to take care of the ball.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the Philadelphia Eagles. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to Madden 18 on EA Sports. Today's game features a team that can get it done on the ground. The Cowboys lead the league in rushing TDs, and they'll go up against the Eagles, who will need to be stout up front.
All right, we appreciate it, Larry. It's our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Philadelphia Eagles. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. This one up to the 26. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
Throwing now is Wentz. Ertz has it left side. An Eagle first down there. Wentz to Ertz, and the names that end in TZ.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
On first down, they run with Howard. Room to run past midfield. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big run there. 29 yards and a first.
Dance class, anyone? Did you see the steps between the quarterback and the running back on that counter play?
That's what you need for a good counter.
You have to have it because you're setting up your blocking. There's a timing element as well, but they have to marry up their steps. Otherwise, that timing gets thrown out the window.
Timing was great there and a big run. Now Wentz. Caught right side is Jeffrey. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
They fake the give. Now Wentz. That is caught inside the 5. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. That one good for 17 yards. And now they've got it 1st and goal. First and goal here from the 2. First and goal, Howard. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Eluding the pressure right toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Now we got 3rd and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. This defense has held on so far. Now from the 3, this is 3rd and goal. Trying to punch it in with Howard. And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. Jordan Howard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And right away, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. In motion left comes Williams. On second down, Elliott. And he loses the football a second time. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
And the Eagles will go with an extra DB here as they prepare for a stop on third.
Thinking pass all the way.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
On the counter, Elliott. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Here's Prescott. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Looking for Austin, intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. Oh, it was hit at the line of scrimmage and intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. It to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
First down, Prescott. Throwing right, and that's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
And now here's a carry heading left. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out. Williams, a man in motion right. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got...
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. J.J. Watt in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And the Cowboys will call on Dan Bailey here. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. And Bailey able to knock it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So this offensive unit, they've now had 3 drives, and they only have 3 points to show for it.
Payoff is the key for everything. How many offenses have we talked to that say we have to finish drives? Thus far, this team hasn't finished it quite the way they wanted to.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Wentz now on first down. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
On second down, here's Wentz. Hurts over the middle. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Now a play fake here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. This is Howard on second down. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
In motion right is Jeffrey. Throwing on first is Wentz. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
How many times in the course of a game do you talk about momentum plays? And I think we just saw one there.
Absolutely.
Just scored, right?
Just took the lead.
Just took the lead, went downfield, got the ball free again, and picked it up. They got a chance to really get the momentum on their side now.
And now they'll try to pile on. A first down carry by Elliott. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Again, it's Elliott. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. To go here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. Two yards to go here on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
What stands the reason they give Zeke the ball there? I mean, let's face it. Last year, led the league in first downs picked up.
Yeah, 91 of them, 19 more than second-place David Johnson.
You know, you can see the confidence that the team has in him touching the football. Offensive line wants to block even harder because of him.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Here's Bailey now for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he will find his man on the outside. And down he'll go at the 25. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. They'll set up the screen to Howard. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. Shift together here from the D-line. Play action. Now Wentz. He's going to go for a big play downfield. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Again, it's Wentz. Trying to lay one up deep. This is caught inside the 15. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. A give to Howard. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Jordan Howard, as the first half is winding down. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. A second down throw for Prescott. Now he's forced out right. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
Prescott now steps away to his left. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. Looking for Austin, intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando, where we'll check in with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to. And if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he's got some space here. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. They'll need to get the play off quickly. They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. He got 29 yards that time.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And they're definitely showing blitz here. They'll try to sweep with Elliott. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
And as we've seen throughout this season, it's no picnic trying to score touchdowns against this unit. They're ranked #1 against the run. But it's also difficult because it's not easy to throw the ball against them either.
They go to Elliott again. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a pretty big third down mistake right there.
No doubt about it, and everyone's going to be upset. But they have to get out of this now and go ahead and play. They could have someone come at them in a big way on the next down.
1st and goal from the 8. Slot man moves right. Now a handoff looking right. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. They'll pitch it out to Elliott. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Prescott from the gun. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
It really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. And Bailey able to knock it through. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach. But it kept the offense out of the end zone.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Shifts by him. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
On play action, it's Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They do go for it. It's Wentz. Being chased out left. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Now Prescott. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks. The 30. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Now, remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but if the ball's in the air, they treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And following the pick-6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick-6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
2nd down and 4. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
One of the things that's really difficult for an offense is often identifying how to block a 3-4 defense. Well, when they're coming on a blitz, even more difficult. They're elusive targets and hard to hit.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That's a 1st down if he holds on, but you saw the contact, able to jar it free from him and force a 4th down.
Great play defensively there, as you said, just to knock it free, because if he had caught that, past the sticks, 1st down. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. Back now here on EA Sports. And we've got a dandy here. 1-point game as we begin the 4th. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. They go with Howard to begin the drive. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
But Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time He was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. The Eagles on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is third down and 12. Shotgun now for Wentz. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Now Austin. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. First and 10. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And he's brought down. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4. Second down following the run. Now a handoff as they run left side. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
This is Elliott, and he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. From the pistol, here's Elliott. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. And he gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. Now Prescott. He's going to find his man. That's Tavon Austin. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And let's see what the defensive coordinator may have up his sleeve here to try to get this final last stand and win this football game. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he is going to lose yardage here. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
One thing rookies need to learn at this level, and quick. Make a cut, be decisive, and go. Because in college, you could dance around and wait for a hole to open because you're probably a better athlete than most of the guys on the field, but not on the NFL level.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12. A 20th carry here for Elliott. It'll be a gain of 4, but it'll bring us now to a 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
The offense on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Throwing, Prescott, and he whips that one incomplete there. Tough there, good pass, hit the hands, he just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Well, after those plays, the offense coordinator has to feel like he has balance in his favor. Threw it, then ran it, both for nice chunks of yardage. Now he feels like he's got things going in his direction, but the defensive coordinator, his guys are off balance a little bit. How does he set up, and what does he plan for on the next play? Is there a tendency there he can lock in on and maybe set his defensive call? I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
They begin the drive with Williams. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. In motion left comes Williams. Elliott, toss right. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. The Cowboys on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 3. A give to Elliott. It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
The give is to Elliott. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Cowboys, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And now they'll have the short week ahead as they'll host their annual Thanksgiving Day game on Thursday. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.
You